Alright guys, Ace here. So I thought today we'd look over the Scorpion G, Tier 8 Premium German TD, one of many. Now the Scorpion G was one of the first tanks that marked the change from premiums being a slightly worse version of the equivalent tank in the tech tree, but making more credits, to premium tanks that are just as good or stronger than their tech tree counterparts and still making a massive amount of credits. Okay, so let's briefly look over the armor stats. Now, in short, the Scorpion G really has no armor. It definitely does not have the same armor as the Panther chassis it's based on, so expect to get penned by every shot that connects with you. Also be aware of artillery that completely devastate your machine. One shot from equal or higher tier artillery is probably going to take out more than 50% of your health quite consistently. Okay, so one of the main pros of the Scorpion G is its mobility, which is really best in class among German Tier 8 TDs. And no, the Canonian Jagdpanzer absolutely does not count. That thing is completely irrelevant and unusable. The Scorpion has a top speed of 60 km per hour and a pretty epic power to weight ratio of 17. This excellent mobility allows the tank to reposition effectively and adapt to the changing game. Something that tanks like the Ferdinand and the premium Jagdtiger 88, they just can't do. Also, one of the other major pros of this machine is the simple fact that it does have a turret, instead of a fixed casemate that tanks like the Jagdtiger 88 again do have. Now of course this makes the tank infinitely more versatile compared to tank destroyers like the Ferdinand, and overall just makes it better, I can't lie. The only real flaw in the Scorpion G's mobility is its rather slow 31 degree per second traverse speed, so realistically don't expect to play this tank like a medium. So it seems like the Scorpion G is just so much better so far compared to tanks like the Borsig, Jagdpanther and Ferdinand, so surely it can't have the same epic gun those tanks have, really. Well, as we all know, it really does. It retains the epic 128mm boomstick found on the German TDs. Now it is a pretty ridiculous gun. It has a base DPM of 2500 at tier 8 with 490 alpha. Has 246 pen on its AP and 311 on its APCR, which means it can slice through equal tier heavies for fun. In fact, this tank firing APCR is one of the few tanks that I don't mind shooting at defenders with. Furthermore, the gun handling is decent enough with 2-second aiming time and acceptable dispersion, and it even has 7 degrees of gun depression for God's sake. This tank plays pretty well in randoms, just avoid being spotted as you're a ginormous target and you're so unarmoured that tanks like to take advantage of that and just farm you. So while you do have fairly poor camo, just try and play as passively as possible and don't get spotted. It's definitely not a Borsig, it has to be played differently. Now, the tank is obviously going to be relevant in tier 8 strongholds as well. It's an epic TD, it's got a turret, it's mobile. So yeah, a lot of teams will use this in tier 8 strongholds, so it's worth buying for that. Now, I mean this gun on a fully traversable turret with 60 km per hour mobility is really flirting with being overpowered. This tank is just so flexible. I can only really recommend it for the price. I mean, this thing can do 500 damage a shot really, and 2500 DPM, and it costs less than a T-34. It's really quite crazy. Okay, so yep, that concludes it. I fully recommend getting this tank if you have the money and it's on sale. Obviously it's not always in the gift shop, but whatever, just wait till it is and pick it up. So I think I'll leave it there, guys. I hope you found this enlightening. And we'll catch you next time. Okay, bye bye.
Durchschlagstreffer! Das Geschütz wurde beschädigt. Wir haben Genauigkeit eingebüßt. Geschütz kaputt. Wir sind bewegungsunfähig. Verlust. Gegner getroffen. Los hier! Das Fahrzeug ist Geschichte.
I walk with the elephants. Rolling, rolling.